Hi everyone, welcome back to K-Pop Appreciation. My name is Simon, and today we will be appreciating Taemin's long overdue comeback single, Two Kids. For those of you new to the channel, this isn't a first time reaction or kind of deal or anything. Interruption. I won't pause or anything. I might make a comment here or there. And then the second time when we watch it, I definitely will pause at certain parts to share my thoughts on what I like, what I appreciate about the music, Taemin's showmanship, the video, etc. Okay? This song should have been out earlier, but Taemin, he had an injury. I remember, I think it was a wrist injury. So I think it was delayed by like 2 weeks or something. So, good things come to those who wait, right? Yeah. And Taemin did not disappoint. For those of you new to K-pop, Taemin actually is the youngest, the maknae, in a group of a beloved boy group called SHINee. Half of the members of SHINee are in compulsory military service right now because that's a thing for South Korean men. So Taemin's been kind of doing his own thing. Fantastic dancer. Anyway, but you know what? Let's just get right to the video, and you can see for yourself what an expressive dancer he is. Here is Taemin's Two Kids. 날 내버려둬 내버려놔도 후회 속에서 I like the quiet start. 내버려놔도 우리의 마지막인 줄도 모른 채 There's that faint snap in the background. 돌아보면 별거 아닌 자존심이 뭐 그리 대단했는지 그렇게 We were just two kids, too young and dumb 어리고 멍청한 서툴렀던 맘 화가 나 조용한 서럽던 그날의 너와 날 잡아주길 바라면서 밀어냈었고 미안해 그 한마디 얘기하는 게 Two kids, too young and dumb 모든 걸 견디면 달라졌을까 너와 나 내 맘 같지 않던 모든 것에 헤어짐의 이유를 더 깊이 새겼네 서로 미친 듯이 싸우고 또 후회하길 반복해 댄 이미 지난 일들을 떠올리기도 해 이보다 나쁠 수는 없던 이별에 그래도 시작은 좀 예뻤던 것 같아 네가 내게 남긴 모든 상처와 흔적들도 사랑이어서 지금도 We were just two kids, too young and dumb 어리고 멍청한 I'm really sorry I'm like super quiet. I'm just like engrossed. Even though this is probably like the 20th time I've watched this video. I find it very compelling and I'll talk about that later. We were just too young and dumb. We were just too young and dumb. 주마다 입을 맞춰 하나씩. We were just too young and dumb. Just too young and dumb. 너와 난 two kids. That's a cool shot. Wow. 서툴렀던 맘. 화가 나 조용한 서럽던 그날의 너와 날. Oh, I love how expressive he is. Right there. Yeah, in that courtyard. You can't see it. I have goosebumps. Yeah, it's so Taemin. I mean, the first time I really appreciated Taemin was was his solo song, Want. Okay, where I was like mesmerized by his voice, and but more to watching the video, his dance moves, and then watching him perform that song Want on music shows or live performances. I was like, wow. And then so I went backwards through his discography. The Japanese single "Famous," the video, which I've covered on this channel. His other song "Move," which has like 3 different versions, and they're all outstanding in showcasing his just raw talent as a dancer. In the end, you have to ask yourself, what's the point of all that dancing, right? uh, you know, Music is art. Dancing is an art form. It's about telling a story. Um, Even if there weren't, in my opinion, if even if there weren't subtitles available for that video, just with the little bits of English in the chorus, like we were two kids, too young and dumb. All right, I know immediately. Okay, this is a song about like looking back on a broken relationship, but just that with that piece of information, that little bit of information, and then combined with how he emotes in his dancing, the raw physicality of the emotions he's expressing. You can tell. I think I never really thought about it before because I'm not a professional dancer. Like what does that look like if you want to express regret and heartbreak in a physical medium like dancing? What does it look like? And I was like, wow, and Taemin just demonstrates that in that video. Sorry, my dog wants to be let out. Gizmo, come back. Come on, go back. Lie down, Gizmo. You can see my beagle. He's judging me. Yeah. So fun facts. If you don't know, this video was shot in it was shot in Paris, okay, around February. So before like the coronavirus plague, COVID-19 got really. I mean, it was already bad in Asia at that point, but it didn't hit Europe yet. And so Taemin, for those of you who knew, Shiny is a very old boy group, old as in and well respected or whatever. And excuse me for a second. I think my dog wants to. No, Gizmo, you can't sit with me. So Shiny's been around, and I think it was last year. Their agency SM, they wanted to do like a super project group, like take like the top male idols of each of the groups they manage and put them into like one group, like a super group. And the group is called Super M. And they had a song called "Jopping." That was and Taemin. So Super M toured in Europe and in America as well last year, and earlier this year. And my understanding was this video. So they were in Paris. Super M was in Paris, and Taemin either like stayed behind or whatever, because he really wanted to film this video in Paris. And everything you saw there, that dance, none of that was choreographed. That was, or it was not like pre-planned choreo, anything. It was all freestyle. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. So yeah, I was hoping he would perform this on music shows. It's August 12th where I am right now, and I'll upload this by August before the day is out or the evening is out. And this song, when did this song come out? It came out early, yeah, August 4th. So yeah, it's been about a week, and he hasn't performed on music shows, which is kind of a bummer for me. Excuse me, something was in my eye. And but my understanding is Super M is supposed to come back with another song, so maybe he has to like, yeah, since he's part of the group, that project group, he has to, his obligations are there. If you ask longtime fans of Shiny, or NCT or EXO. NCT and EXO are the other two groups involved in that project group. You will get very conflicting answers on how they feel about, you know, their some of their favorites in those groups, you know, being having to perform in Super M. So Jopping's a fun song. It wasn't a bad song, but yeah. Anyway, but no. But back to Taemin. Yeah. So you know, I just hope I'm just glad. Like you know, he seems, you know, hopefully he's okay. Because I remember what it was like last month. That they made the agency made the announcement like, oh, his wrist, he had a wrist injury. So because the implication being that, you know, if you want your artist to rest from an injury, the implied understanding is that you want them to rest so they can perform live on music shows. But you know, he released this, and so I don't know. But at least we got this amazing video. And there's another video of him singing, like doing this live, which is cool as well. Anyway, all right, let's just get right back into it. So that opening. So here's the thing. You know, because what the last song he came out with was Want, which was February of 2019, and before that was like Move. You know, everyone's kind of, not everyone, but people have this expectations like, oh, Taemin's gonna groove again to a song with like a dirty bass line, you know, and it's you know, and I mean, yeah, it's a specialty, right? But so this song subverts that expectation. It doesn't have a dirty bass line. But I was struck by how I've never really noticed Taemin singing before, to be honest. I mean, I'm always just like I've always like been hypnotized by his visual performance, his dancing. So that just that opening, those opening lines, I was like, whoa, you know, and the way how he sang that, even though I'm not fluent in Korean, I can, he succeeded in delivering his narrative right there in that opening line, you know. So immediately I know the tone of the song. That's a credit to him as an artist. I am grateful for the subtitles. I mean, like I said before, you know, it's about heartbreak and regret and whatever, but you know, the lyrics just kind of you know, hammer that point. You know, I'm kind of interested. I wonder how a younger, well, so like old school, so Shiny came out what, 2009, 10? I can't remember. And 2008. Wait, I can't remember. Yeah, it was around. It was 2008, 9, 10. So you're if you have a Shiny fan from back then, and add now like we're in 2020, you know, so they're gonna be older, right? So I think that demographic, you know, so you know they would have experienced, you know, heartbreak, young love. No, the heartbreak, especially when young love goes, you know, goes astray. Older people like myself know what that feels like. So yeah, so I guess the lyrics are more poignant for that demographic. So I like how all the background instruments up to this point have been fairly subdued. So, you know, you really hear his voice. Here's our chorus. Again, there's a beat, but it's not like hard. That was cool. Wait, it was just these little things with Taemin. You gotta appreciate. Watch his body, you know, and just the thing he does with his feet. I mean, it's these subtle movements. All freestyle. See, I think if I was to do something like that, I look like an idiot. Most people would look foolish, you know, just like flailing around. and that's the word I use, flailing around. But for him, it's not flailing. It's art, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. So maybe some of you who are first time, you're like watching, it's like, Simon, I don't feel it, man. This guy is just too weird for me. And you know what? If that's your pain, I respect that. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I always admire the bravery of people who could do like performance art, dancing and especially in this mode. So in terms of expressing something, I couldn't do it. That's a good question. Yeah, if you didn't, would it be different if you just keep on going with the relationship? So So in the behind the scenes, it really was raining in Paris that night, and they still filmed it. He was a champ. Damn, he looks sharp. Like that suit on him. Yeah, it's a good look. Okay, in the behind the scenes, they were showing this when he's on. I was so scared he was gonna slip and fall at one point. I was like, oh my god, I hope he doesn't land on his ass or worse, but no, he was okay. But yeah, and again, it was raining that night, so everything's, it's a slick surface. I like the melody in this part. It's a nice melody. I like how that was shot right there. I like how it shows, like, I mean, think about it, right? Like, so you broke up with someone because it was a train wreck of a relationship. It was like, it was one of those like emotionally volatile relationships. So just for your sanity, you had to get out, and you're just in a daze. You're in a daze, and you just crawl to, like right here, Meanwhile, the whole world still moves on, even though you broke up with someone or they broke up with you, right? And I think this scene really reflects that. Like, life continues, uncaring. It doesn't care about your feelings of regret or heartache. And so Taemin, he's got this look of determination. You just try to push through the pain, because that's the worst feeling, right? After a relationship, if you've been dumped, or you break up, or you're the one who does the dumping because it's just a bad thing. It's awful. So, and you just got to push forward through it. And yeah, I like his expression there. We were just too young and dumb. We were just too young and dumb. 주마다 입을 맞춰 하나씩. We were just too young and dumb. Just too young and dumb. That's a really cool shot right there. I was like, wow. The floor is transparent. He's lying on his back, so you see just people walking. This is my. We're gonna come up on the part I like the most, when he freestyles in the courtyard. Right here, I like his build up. Bang. Right here. I'm super curious. It looks like they had stayed up. I know that like they filmed when I just mentioned to you guys earlier, like. I said when I told you all, it was really raining that night in Paris. I have a feeling like they stayed up all night, because this, like, if you look at the sky, it looks like it's like 6:30 a.m. Like, the sun's just coming out, but like it's cloudy. So yeah, it's a beautiful backdrop, and that courtyard, the empty courtyard. All right. Just focus on his body, like how he moves. it's so expressive and controlled. It's a paradox how he can, how he can. You can tell there's just so much energy in his movement, but it's years and years of experience. He knows how much power to execute in those movements. So, at least to the layman's eye, okay? Again, I'm not a professional dancer, so, but I just think it looks amazing. Wow. I mean, I would say good music makes you feel something. At least for the 3 minutes of the song or 4 minutes of the song. At that point, you're supposed to, good music will, you can imagine yourself in the singer's shoes, and feel what they're trying to express. And for myself, like, it made me think of like, um, you know, when I've been in that situation, where I've been in a toxic relationship, or not even, I'm sorry, toxic's the incorrect word. Where I was in a when I remember when I was back in, when I was a younger man, in my early 20s, or and when you're young and in love, right? You think, oh, this is the one, and blah blah, and like you fight or whatever, because both of you are still immature. And yeah, so those 3 minutes, it brought me back, and I would argue that's the hallmark of a good song. So yeah, longtime Shiny fans, you'd be interested in this tidbit. After hearing this song, I had like an urge. I had an urge to listen to Shiny's song "Countless" again. You guys remember this song? "Countless" came out fall 2018. I think that was their last song together as four before like Onu. Is it Wonu or Onu? I can never pronounce his name. The leader, he got shipped off to the army. Yeah, and for some reason, after listening to Two Kids, I wanted to listen to "Countless" again. And for those of you who don't know, yeah, as I just said, yeah, "Countless" is a song by all four of them in Taemin's group, Shiny. It's I would argue it's a mellow adult contemporary song. Yeah, it's got this beautiful like stringed instrument in the beginning for that song. I have to do that song on this channel anyway. But Shiny's, Shiny's amazing. Taemin, the star Magne, the star dancer of Shiny, he's a talent. He's a cultural asset to the nation of South Korea. So yeah. Anyway, well, listen. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for spending the last 23 minutes with me. My dog is. Oh, he went back to sleep. Yeah, I thought Gizmo would jump on my lap again. All right, well, listen, I'll be back with another video soon, hopefully. And until then, stay safe, take care, and be good to each other. I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye for now.